Hello and welcome to the much anticipated number 2 episode of the Build Different podcast. As you know, I'm your host Zach. You all know who I am. Blah blah blah. And today's guest is a very special one, as you can see to my left. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Eric Brown. Nice to be on the podcast. It's a pleasure.
So, the 3 topics we are going to be discussing today are... Well, we decided to do it after both of the games today. So we have somewhat of a raw reaction of both Liverpool on my side and Manchester United on Eric's side, as he is a Manchester United fan. So that is going to be the first topic. The second topic is, if you have been living under a rock, you won't know this, but Eric does make music. So we're going to be speaking about his past, his present, and his future goals. And then finally, last but not least, we'll be speaking about his Britain's Got Talent audition. So let's just get right into it. So, shall we discuss the Man United game first?
I don't mind. I really don't mind. I think we get out of the way with probably.
Yeah. So, I also watched the game. For a neutral's perspective, I thought it was a very good game. Very end-to-end. I thought Ipswich looked very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ipswich were very dangerous.
Yeah, like, Onana kept United in it.
Yeah.
But, let's go to you. What were your thoughts going into the game today?
I mean, like, going into it, I had, high hopes. But I think the hype of the media was a lot more than what was going to be shown anyway. Like, we weren't going to go and battle them 4-0. That was never going to happen. Like, I said it before the game. Okay, I didn't say it on social media, but I have been saying it before the game. I was like, I'm expecting us to go over here, maybe win 2-1. I said that's what I'm thinking. I think this is going to be a tight game because Ipswich are no pushover.
No.
Yes, they're 19th. They are 19th, but this is their 6th draw from 12 games.
Yeah.
And they've won. They've won 1, I think, but they've lost. That would mean 5. But again, they are no pushover.
And they have had to play against good teams as well.
Yeah, and especially the first 2 games of the season were Liverpool and City, and that's when City were high flying.
Exactly.
You know,
especially when we did play them, though they played off the park in the first half. They really came out with something to prove, and Ipswich, like you say, Ipswich are no pushovers. They play good football, and they are dangerous. It just takes a good defensive team to break them down. And luckily, you were good defensively today, so you were able to get at least a point out of it. Which I'm not sure that Amorim would be completely happy with that. Of course,
he's not.
Yeah, he would have preferred to come out with all 3 points, but at the end of the day, it's a learning curve, and you move on. You're in the Europa League, right?
Yeah, Bodo Glimt on Thursday.
Yeah, so hopefully a bit less pressure on him, because obviously this game that Bodo Glimt, you should be easily putting them away.
Should.
But that's the thing there.
My only problem with Bodo Glimt is they have a history especially in Europe, of doing the unexpected. Of course, 2 or 3 years ago, when Roma won the Conference League, they beat Roma 6-1 in the group. Mm-hmm. So it's 11 against 11. Anything can happen, really. Very
true. Okay, so going to from before the game, during the game, how were you feeling? So in the first half, how were you feeling?
I know from the first kick of the ball, I was worried already, because when they took tip and they launched it, it was already Casemiro, Johnny Evans, or it might have been De Ligt. They were all getting in each other's way, and I was like, "This is not good." The players actually understanding what Amorim wants of them, because they're all going for the same ball. This was within the first 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And then obviously that goal kick, or not even goal kick, when they headed it back to Onana, he put it down, and we played them off the park from one end of the pitch to the other. Few beautiful passes. Ahmad done very well. Scuffed the cross.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't notice that at first, but he scuffed the cross, but Rashford was there. Only thing Rashford did the entire game.
Yeah.
The only thing.
But he was...
frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating, but at least he was there to finish it off. Otherwise, you wouldn't have come away with anything.
Yeah, exactly. But also, the thing with Rashford today was, he was just... First 10 minutes, I was like, this is the Rashford I want to see. He was pressing well, sprinting at players, getting at them, getting in their faces. And then after that, he just... Did he get tired? after 10 minutes of running, like surely they're at more peak physical levels than that.
No, 100%. Like, I did watch the first half actively, but in the second half, I was like, I didn't really. It was on in the background, but I wasn't really paying much attention to it. But every time I looked up in the second half, all I could see was Ipswich attacking.
Mm.
But
I mean, we were much more stable. We had the ball more. Ipswich didn't create much, at all. But it's just, where was that in the first half? Like, we're a one half team. Like, I don't get it. But obviously, I'm not going to draw any conclusions. I still have hope in Amarim.
of course, like it was only his first game. Like
Exactly.
you've got
and people on social media, especially rival fans, like, need to realize that these players, they haven't had a disciplined manager
yes,
since Jose Mourinho.
no, completely
And
agree.
it's almost like they've been allowed to have fun. It was so unprofessional over the last few years.
Yeah.
And now this young manager coming in, he's bringing in some standards and discipline. It's going to be hard for some players to adapt, and he's going to notice them players, and he's going to boot them out. Simple as.
Exactly, and that's what Man United needed.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone with like no shit. Like if you're not going to perform, then you're not going to be a part of the team.
Exactly.
And then obviously, so come away with a draw. How are you feeling about the draw?
I'm not happy with it, but for the circumstances of the game, I'm happy with it. We could have very easily lost that game, but yeah, it's simple as that. I'm happy with the circumstances, but if you would ask me before the game, I would have said no.
No, yeah, 100%. And like for me, the overall man of the match of the entire game was Onana. I thought that
100%.
he was good getting the ball away, make 4 or 5 very good saves.
Yeah.
Like, and with Ipswich's goal, it was unlucky. The deflection took it away from him. I mean, don't take nothing away from the strike, but
yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, you've pretty much said exactly the way that if I was a Man United fan, then I would have probably thought the exact same that you said about it. But yeah, but it's definitely, you can definitely see it that there's something to build on. Like, if this was Ten Hag United, Ipswich would have blown you out of the water, and that's not even being like that. They would that second half they would have put about 3 past you.
Yeah, easily.
But and then going on to the absolute whirlwind of the Southampton Liverpool game. Going into the game, I thought that we were going to absolutely smash them. Like just the weather we're playing, the weather they're playing. Like before today, they had scored 7 Premier League goals all season.
Yeah.
I mean, they've only scored 9 now, but still, like
2 in 1 game though.
Exactly, and against like the best defensive team in the league, like I was not expecting them to even score. First goal.
Even we conceded nothing against.
So. It's frustrating because all 3 of our goals came from a Southampton mistake. But you've got to be there to take chances. Like for Soboslai's goal, the pass just went straight to him and he just curled it into the corner. We'll talk about the penalty. For Southampton's penalty. What are your thoughts on the penalty?
I didn't see it. I wasn't home.
Okay, right.
Just leaving work.
So it was Southampton breakaway. First and foremost, it was definitely a foul. It was 100% a foul. But I'm not going to say controversial because I don't think it's that controversial. But what people are arguing about is whether the foul was committed inside the box or outside the box. From the angles that I've seen, it seemed like I think it was Armstrong that got fouled. It seemed like his toes were just on the line of the penalty area. So
which
it's a penalty.
The law makes it a penalty. Yeah.
To be fair, going into the penalty, I did think Kelleher was going to make the save. I'm very confident when it comes to Kelleher and saving penalties. It was just unfortunate that this time he saved it into Armstrong, who then made it 1-1. Fernandez's goal, there's not much you can really do about it. It was a very good goal. But then, Mr. Inevitable himself, what McCarthy was doing for his first goal, I have no idea.
I saw that goal, and Mo Salah. He's going to get to it. Like he's Mo Salah. He's going to get to it. Like
Yeah, see, I was watching it with my cousin's boyfriend, who's also a Liverpool fan, and
yeah,
I said to him, regardless of whether he comes through it or not, I think Salah scores anyway,
yeah.
because it's like it's Salah 1-on-1 with the keeper. 9 times out of 10 he scores it, but McCarthy just made it easier for him. And then obviously, uh, and then
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, what has he done? How are you, 34-year-old professional goalkeeper, not reading a bounce of a ball when Mo Salah's clearly going to get to it?
and then obviously like, I mean, I don't think I've seen anyone have disputes about the Southampton handball. I mean,
Yeah, I think it was definitely handball. It was just, I'm not going to say it wasn't a penalty because it was. It was just very unfortunate
yeah, I mean,
because
like,
the way his body was shifting,
yeah,
and they hit his chest, and the ball was moving away from where he was shifting.
yeah.
It was inevitable it was going to hit his hand.
And I think the thing that kind of like didn't go in his favour was the fact that when it hit his hand, it went straight into McCarthy's hands. Like it kind of like
Yeah.
it was the body part that took it to, and obviously, like it was a penalty. Salah took it away, and now we are now 8 points clear of Man City at the top of the league. Like it is a very good time to be a Liverpool fan right now, because not only that, we're overachieving heavily. Like going back to like the start of the season where people weren't even having us in the top four,
Yeah.
and like I still stand by it. I think currently right now we're the best team on the planet.
Yeah, probably are. Yeah.
And it's something that I was talking to about with my cousin's boyfriend. It's those results that you've got to dig deep to come away with 3 points that win you titles. It's not the 4-5-0 smashings of teams. It's those results, especially the ones away from home, that win you a title. And I think going into Man City next weekend, like I wish Connor was here because we would have spoke about the Tottenham Man City game as well. But
Yeah.
but right now is the best time to play Man City. They are looking a shadow of themselves. And don't get me wrong, like if they do go bring in a 6 in January, it could shape their season. They could kick on a little bit, but until then, it's the perfect time to play them. And I genuinely think we have the potential to put more past them than Spurs did.
And my thing with City is if they do bring in a 6, they're going to have to make it the absolute right signing because I don't see who they can bring in. Honestly, Zubamendi, I don't think will work in that system.
No, and also the fact that will Zubamendi want to go to a place where he'll play for the remainder of the season, but he's going to be sat on the bench for the rest of his contract.
And that's what their new signings have to think about. Is game time because they won't get one.
No, unless they're going into like say a Bernardo Silva role, who like that more like attack minded centre mid, like because obviously they've got Bernardo and Gundogan playing there. Both aging, probably both are on their last legs when it comes to their Man City career. But then you've got Matthias Nunes there. I mean, you've got Matthias Nunes and Kovacic there. So, I mean, the only nailed on positions that really you have in Man City are De Bruyne and Rodri.
Yeah, that's it. And De Bruyne, he's getting older.
He is.
You know, he's not getting younger, and he's not playing either. It's not helping.
No, and he's
getting.
And when he is playing,
the more frequently injured he's getting.
Exactly.
And that's not helping Man City's cause in the slightest.
Because without De Bruyne, Haaland isn't that guy.
No, I mean he was at the start of the season, and then he dropped off. So fast.
I think it was because teams were like, okay, we haven't got to worry about that De Bruyne pass.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, they still have quality players in that midfield, but De Bruyne is probably, when he's fit and when he's on form, he's probably the best player in the league.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
But yeah, like, I think City are going to struggle to do anything this season. I don't see it. Like they might scrape through the group in the Champions League, but if they come up against a team that have something about them, I mean, it happened with Sporting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know their next fixture, but
I don't know who they got in the Champions League this week, but I know they have us on Sunday at Anfield as well.
It's not looking good.
No, I mean it's looking good for me.
Oh yeah.
But if you think about it, that takes us the week before Christmas. A couple of weeks before Christmas. That puts 11 points clear of them.
Yeah.
and that they could also,
remember you have to go out and do the job as well.
of course, yeah, like
So it could either be 11 or 5.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
looking at
even
two
then,
distinctly
I would
different.
just take a 1-0 win as long as we take those 3 points. I don't care how we do
Oh
it.
yeah, the 3 points are most important about that
Yeah.
game. The performance does not matter about that game. It's whoever
No.
gets the 3 points.
Exactly. And it was
And I'm
unfortunate
voting for it.
from last season that I still firmly believe that we were screwed out of getting those 3 points last season. Especially with that Doku foul on McAllister, which I stand by now. I still say that's a penalty.
Doku, yeah. My only issue with that was his eyes were firmly fixed on the ball.
They were, but like you've seen so many. It's one of those ones where like does is it a foul if it's anywhere else on the pitch? And I think it is. His foot was high, and the follow through.
Yeah, but I do think it is. But my point being back then was he wasn't at all seeing where McAllister's position was. His focus was clearly on taking that ball down.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I could see it not being a penalty for.
Yeah. And it's more unfortunate, more because especially everything that came out about David Coote, he was in and around the referees that day, so that's also a thing there. Like, and also for everyone who doesn't know, David Coote, you're a cunt. I think that you should never referee a game again. Yeah, you look like you're full of oil.
I firmly disagree. I think David Coote should come back for every Liverpool fixture.
Yeah, of course you would. Of course you would. But yeah, that's so that is our thoughts on the Premier League games
today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. Eric's not. It's been a bit of a story for the season, really.
Yeah, 100%.
But no, yeah. Okay, so let's get into the interesting stuff. Okay, so if you don't know, Eric is an artist. He has a few released songs. It's 4, isn't it?
4 indeed. 5. I'm a feature.
Okay, well, so there's 5. There's 5 released.
5 released of me actively in the song. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so I will of course leave a link to Eric's Spotify in the description. But so the first question I want to ask you, because like for the rest of the podcast, it's going to be heavily about you. So I'm just going to be acting as an interviewer, which is odd for me because I like to be the centre of attention. But
love it.
Yeah. So the first question I have to ask you is, how long have you been doing music for?
Taking myself seriously this year.
Okay.
I've been, I've sang in school events and stuff, but properly writing music, it's been, I'll give it just before 2024, so about a year.
Oh, amazing. And what would you say is your greatest accomplishment to date when it comes to your music?
Definitely 5,000 streams on Hurt So Good.
100%.
Absolutely wild. I didn't think I'd hit 1,000 on any of my songs. And to that, to hit 5,000.
And honestly, of course, we are both members of the Lego Sheds. If you don't know the Lego Sheds, you will know them soon. And obviously, Eric did show us this song. Probably, what was it, about a month before you released it?
Yeah, and I remember the reaction very well.
Yeah, we all loved it, and and I would probably say that throughout all of us, we probably did a hefty sum of the first batch of streams.
Yeah.
But I would say like maybe to like the 400 mark roughly, probably us.
I woke up the morning of it being released. I woke up to on 500 streams.
Yes, and that was probably us, wasn't it?
I was, whoa! I was like, whoa!
But then if you've got to think between then and now, there's been another 4,500 streams. So that is an incredible feat, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's wild. I'm a few hundred now of 10,000 streams off of every single song on every single platform. So all together combined.
Well, everyone watching, you know what to do. Go and stream any of Eric's music. Get him to that 10,000 mark.
Get Take It Slow to 1,000 streams on Spotify. We need Take It Slow up there.
Do it. Okay, so and my next question is, in like say within the next year, what is like your main goal that you're trying to work towards with your music?
I'd say probably trying to play some gigs. I definitely want to get vocally trained because I'm going to need the training.
Yeah.
I'd say really just play more gigs. Hopefully, have a song hit 10,000 streams. That would be very nice.
That would be very nice.
And release more. I'm working on a couple of things at the moment that I'm actively proud of. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
That's all you can do. And finally, the last question I will ask of this what is like the end goal for you? What is like if you could have three things that could come from your music, what would they be?
One thing would be people resonating with my music. Like I want to have a good amount of people being like, you know what, I like your music. I like you. I want to come to a gig. I want to see you play live. Stuff like that. I think that would be unbelievable. It doesn't matter how many people that is. If even 10 people want to say do a gig here, I'd be like, yeah, I'm on the next flight, or I'm on the next list. Like even like I play in front of 5 people. Like just anyone that enjoys my music is just a legend in my opinion. And yeah, so just one is to have a fan base of. Actually, I don't even want to refer to them as fans. A group of people that enjoy my music. That's all I want. Second thing, obviously, not the main reason, but a part of it is income.
Of course. Like,
I want to be. I don't want to be like famous. It's when people start knowing my home address is when I get a bit worried.
Yeah.
So I just want to be stable. I just want to be like a above average, like 100,000 monthly listeners artists, like 50,000 monthly listener artists, something like that, with a few 100,000 streams on a few songs. Maybe 1 million, we'll see. That's long term. And then last but not least, other thing, definitely playing in other continents.
Yeah.
That would be wild. Like I think if I was to play in America or somewhere in like South America, Asia, that would be insane.
I think if you ever
getting outside of Europe is a big goal of mine.
Yeah.
In terms of getting listeners. So yeah, that would be.
I would say if you were able to get a gig in America, that's where you can actually to sit back to yourself and be like, you know what, I've actually made it. Because it's the most viewed country in the world. It's the one that pays the most money. Like it's always the end goal to have a audience in America.
100%.
Right. So let's speak about last weekend.
Yeah.
So you were in Manchester on Saturday, weren't you?
I was in Manchester yesterday.
Oh yeah, it was yesterday. I don't even know what the date is. So, would you like to explain to the beautiful people why you were in Manchester?
I did this little thing called the Britain's Got Talent audition.
And so how did the opportunity arise?
I saw on Instagram and like Twitter or X, sorry, that KSI was going to be a judge. I was like, it'd be really funny if I played one of my songs in front of him. So I'm going to try my best. And then I ended up applying for it. And then I got a date for Manchester. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, yeah. And then they mentioned it was only in front of producers. So I was like, you know what? That's fine by me. An audition is an audition. That's absolutely fine by me. And then I just applied. Not simple as. Didn't have to submit any, like, vocal audios or anything like that. Just literally being like, here's me, here's what I'll do, here's when I'm available, where I'm available. Bye, job done.
Amazing. So do you want to walk me through the day of the audition, leading up to before you went in to do the audition?
Yeah. So basically, woke up at 6:30. No, woke up at No, I just when I arrived in Manchester, I just spent the day doing nothing. I got breakfast and then watched the Leicester-Chelsea game. Then went straight to Old Trafford Cricket Ground, which is where it would be held. And from there, I stayed in a line from 2 o'clock till about 4:30 in the rain and in the cold. That wasn't nice.
No,
and then we got inside at about 5, and I got my audition number, which I still have. I don't think I'll show it because I don't know. I'm allowed to.
Yeah.
But I still have it, and I just walked up to a waiting room, and that waiting room led to another waiting room, and then I was in that waiting room for about an hour. So roughly, I got, oh no, it wasn't about half an hour. I was in that waiting room for. Then I went to the audition room, where there was another line or two, and that one didn't last long. I sat there for about 8 minutes, and then they called my name, I walked in, did my audition, walked out, and then got to the airport, got back, left my home.
Yeah, so a very, very straightforward day.
Yeah.
Just before you went into the audition, like, where was your head at?
I'm not gonna lie, my head was in all sorts of places. I was debating what song to do at that point, which is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because I was like, should I do an original song or should I do a cover that I know I'm really, really good at? I ended up choosing the cover, believe it or not. I didn't go with the original song.
Well, obviously, for legal purposes, we can't disclose about what actually went on in the audition room.
Mm-hmm.
But after you left the audition, how did you feel?
I felt okay. I felt like I could have done better, but it definitely went okay.
I think we okay. No, he's back.
Yeah, I'm losing connection a little bit.
Yeah. That's all right. And so, is it something that you would do again?
Sorry, you cut out.
Is it something that you'd do again?
Yes, 100%. I just hope in better weather conditions. That would be nice.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind waiting. Like, as long as I knew I was getting the audition, I did not mind waiting.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Last question. If you could change anything about your audition, what would it be?
Good question. I would change probably debating what song to do. I should have just went in set.
Yeah.
Because my mind was in so many different places. But I would definitely go with my original song next time.
Yeah.
I think they definitely like originality.
Oh, 100%.
So I think I'd go with that next time around.
Yeah, because like if you think of like how many like original careers have stemmed from like Britain's Got Talent, like the X Factor, like The Voice, like all of that kind of stuff. How many careers have been made from that? But yeah, I mean, I guess no matter how the outcome went, you take your positives, you take your negatives, and you carry on going.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because it's one of those ones as well, like especially for any kind of, so this is like a bit of a life lesson for anyone. If you can't find negatives in something that you're doing, then you're not doing it right.
Exactly.
But no, yeah, I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you'd like to add on?
United is shit.
I agree. I this won't be the last time you see Eric's voice and face on this podcast. I do have something special quite planned for New Year. But yeah, I think that we're about done.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Right. Well, thank you all for watching or listening. Episode 2 of the Build Different podcast featuring Eric Brown.
Thank you for having me, man.
No worries. No worries. And I will leave links to Eric in the description down below. Our YouTube channel is Twitch. Do you want me to put your Twitch on there?
It's up to you, mate. I don't mind.
I mean, I'll put whatever I can on there. So yeah, there will be links to Eric. Yeah, let's get to 10,000 streams.
Yeah.
I think we should set you should do something for getting 10,000 streams.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can make this into a clip for the TikTok and the Instagram. Put in the comments about what you would like to see Eric do at 10,000 streams, and like as long as it's not absolutely raucous, he'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, alright, cool. Well, again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next Monday for episode 3. Bye.
Let's go.